I know for a fact there's no point in me going on a big course or joining a massive academy where I'm just going to get lost amongst the crowd. I found out at a very young age that my biological father had abandoned my mum when she was pregnant, and I started getting bullied and a lot of fights, got mixed in with the wrong crowd, drugs, things like that.
The rent-to-rent war was very real.
Yeah.
You know, you start to really question everything, don't you? Question the training, question me, question the guidance. Going through school, we're taught that no, and then that's it.
Yeah.
You'll be punished if you continue.
Yeah.
We were told as a kid as well, don't be greedy. Why not? Dan, welcome to Rise Up Success Stories.
Thank you.
Just past the event.
Yeah.
You won 2 awards.
Yeah.
Property Manager of the Year.
Yeah.
And Mentees Choice of the Year. So everyone voted for you.
Yeah.
Why do you think that was?
I don't know. I mean, what you said about the property protege, that part, I was like, well, yeah, I have just cracked on really. Like,
Yeah,
I've been
absolutely relentless.
I've been in communication like with you on like a few of the things, and then like when it comes to like the contracts and stuff like that.
Not many though. I wouldn't say you messaged me a lot. I just seen most of your stories on Instagram just cracking on. I'm like,
Yeah.
You really reminded me of myself when I
Yeah.
started. It's like, just do what you need to do. Don't moan about it, just crack on.
Yeah.
And it's literally what I saw. It's like, this guy's going to make it.
I think that was one of the things as well with the mentorship, is that I knew what I had to do to potentially get to that deal stage. But then when it got there, there were so many like blanks. So I watched obviously your training course, so I knew exactly what to do. I knew I had to follow that to the step. But like before the mentorship, I'd had other training. I kind of knew what it was like to get into rent to rent, how to get a deal. But then you need somebody there, like when those uncertainties come up, like when an agent asks you a question, you know, and you don't know the answer, like I could just like message you or something like that, or when it come down to the contract. But as soon as I had, like, I know Kenny's there, as soon as I get a deal, I was just relentless. I just thought, I'm going to make this happen, and I'm not going to stop until it does happen.
So tell me, how was life before you found property?
How was life before I found property? So I'm currently a software developer. So before that, I was like a personal trainer and stuff like that. I've always been in the sort of fitness industry.
Yeah, you are. Jiu-jitsu, is it?
Yeah, jiu-jitsu. I do that now. I've not taught jiu-jitsu, but it's been a hobby of mine now for 7 years or something like that. So always been very focused on fitness and the gym and stuff like that. I was a PT, you know, running classes, CrossFit instructor, that sort of thing. And I just realised, you know, I'm not making money. I didn't know about business, marketing and stuff like that then. So yeah, just had a few jobs here and there, and then I thought, right, when COVID hit, I thought I need to get and learn like a high value skill. I need to start, you know, earning some money. So I taught myself to code, just front end stuff mainly, and if no one knows,
taught yourself to code.
Yeah. So just by doing like online courses and stuff like that, so HTML, CSS, JavaScript, those sort of front end languages, which is basically all the visual stuff that you see, not the back end, like complex stuff with databases and stuff. But so I taught myself to code, eventually got myself a job, and that kind of triggered in me something to say, if I really stick with something, I can, because I can get to where I want to be. And I sort of learnt that through doing the online courses, putting myself out there like for job interviews and things like that, and eventually got this. And I thought, okay, so then I was doing that for a few years, and I was like, oh, what's next? Like, I like this is good, I can enjoy it, I've got free time as well. So I'm at home, like what can I do to earn a bit more money? Like, I wouldn't mind working for myself again. Always wanted to get into property. Was planning to save up and go the normal route anyway, sort of buy to lets and stuff like that.
It takes ages.
Exactly, yeah. And
it takes so long. And then your clutch goes.
Yeah.
And then, you know, other curveballs.
Yeah.
You know, driveway gates want doing.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Just things come up, don't they? I got quite into crypto. That was one thing I looked at as well. Sort of missed the massive bull run. I was kind of like late to it.
Yeah, most people are, because that's when to get in. Everyone's raving about it.
Exactly, yeah. So that kind of like, you know, I looked into trading and things like that and had a bit of success here and there, but then, you know, I realised it wasn't consistent, you know, reliable.
Yeah.
So just searching, as I do, like for entrepreneurial things out there and stuff like that, and I think it was, just videos on YouTube that started popping up.
Yeah, I guess because you were thinking about buy-to-lets and properties.
It was in the back of my mind.
The algorithm took over on Facebook.
Yeah, and like everybody, I've read Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah,
and I think that's one of the things they target, right, with
Yeah.
their ads is that sort of thing. So, yeah, that's kind of how I stumbled across like Rent to Rent and the other opportunities within, the property world where you can make faster money, and you don't need that initial big investment to do it. It's just hard work and determination.
Did you think it was a scam at first? When you come across Rent to Rent, did you think that sounds too good to be true?
I thought that about service accommodation.
Okay.
Because I don't know why, I just thought there's so many people doing it, like as it appears, but there's actually not so many people doing it because the property world is quite small. It's just when you're in it,
community.
Yeah,
when you're in it,
it feels like it's
like
everything, and everyone's doing it. So that kind of put me off. And then also like the whole, you can't sort of guarantee that you're going to get people in. Whereas then I sort of discovered like the HMO side of it as well, and I thought, well, if I can get myself a deal and continually be relentless to get myself a deal, I can just take that exact same mindset to getting a tenant for that room, make the room look nice, and then just chase tenants until I filled it. So there's no way I'm going to go with voids. Yeah. So I was sold on it, but I was just, is this possible for me? I guess,
So what made you realise it was possible for you?
I think I just needed to find out for myself either way, So I thought, I'll get a deal. Worst case scenario, it doesn't work out. What have I lost? I'd learned something.
Did you go on any big training courses?
I did the £1 crash course, same as everybody else. And then I ran to the back of the room at that crash course and got it was a deal selling masterclass. So I paid like £2,000 for that. Yeah. And I went, and the online training I received I thought was good. Like, got a very broad introduction to a lot of property strategies, which I think more than anything it kind of overwhelmed me. Yeah. But it did go into Rent to Rent quite a bit, which was good. But then when I actually went to the live event, I left feeling like really disappointed and quite pissed off, to be honest with you.
Why is that?
Because I felt like I was being sold something else the whole time I was there. Right. And I didn't actually learn anything that I didn't already know from the online course. So I would say the online course was actually better than the live event.
So you just saw it as a massive sales pitch?
Pretty much.
At the live event?
Yeah.
So what happened from there? You drove home feeling pissed off?
Yeah, I drove home.
What was running through your mind?
I don't know, I felt really like it took the wind out of my sails. Yeah. Yeah, it did. Yeah. And I thought, I have, some basic surface level knowledge on all these different areas, but like, how do I decide and take action? And because there's always like a deeper level of things, like when it comes to actually making it work, right? And I thought, okay, well, I need to pick a strategy, and I know for a fact there's no point in me going on a big course or joining a massive academy where I'm just going to get lost amongst the crowd. So I thought to myself, I need somebody who specialises in this. I need one. Yeah, I need one-to-one sort of somebody I can go to for answers, and somebody who's going to keep me accountable and keep me on track. And then I think I was actually, she's my business partner now. Her name's Karina. She put me on to you.
I had a chat with Karina.
Initially, yeah. So I had actually spoke to her and told her about, this training I'd gone on, and, she actually went on to do further training. But she said, I've been seeing this guy in Rent to Rent, and his videos are good. Like, I can send you, his profile. And then I sort of got introduced to you, started following your videos, maybe... wasn't even that long, it was a couple of weeks that I seen your stuff, and I was just like, you know what, I'm going to reach out to him, but let's have a conversation. Yeah. And, we went from there, really. Yeah.
I remember when you signed up. Yeah. I'll never forget it. Yeah. It's like, fuck it, let's do it.
Let's do it.
it was, you were so ready, you were just frustrated. Yeah. Just want to believe in it.
Well, the thing is, I paid so much money already for training. And I thought, I need to get that money back.
Yeah.
And this could help me do that.
Sometimes a pain threshold like that, it's like a driving force to not quit.
Yeah.
Like I talk about all the time. You know, you need fuel behind you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you won't make it. You know, everyone's sold on how easy rent to rent is. It's not, is it?
No.
It's not.
No.
So, how was going back to a lot before Rent to Rent? Mm-hmm. Tell us a bit about your backstory growing up. Any tough stories shaped you as the person you are now?
Yeah, definitely. So, when I was younger, I was very fortunate. I've had my dad, who I call my dad. He's actually my stepdad, but So I found out at a very young age that my biological father had abandoned my mum when she was pregnant. And my stepdad took me on, and he's always been, you know, my father in my eyes.
Yeah.
But I found out at like the age of 8 years old that I can't remember exactly how it happened, but essentially I found out that he wasn't my real dad. And then I also found out that he has a disease called Huntington's disease, which is a neurological disease.
Right.
And his father had it as well, and it ran in that side of the family. And from a young age, I had a ticking time clock in my mind that my time with my dad was very limited.
Yeah.
And I didn't know when he was going to start to, you know, have symptoms and start to deteriorate. And I also was really pissed off that my real dad had abandoned my mum, and he, you know, just abandoned me.
Yeah.
So definitely some abandonment issues there, and it made me really angry.
Yeah.
My dad and my mum then broke up. I went to a new secondary school where I didn't know anybody, and I started getting bullied. And then I thought I just needed to go on the offensive, essentially. Turned into a bit of an arsehole. Getting in a lot of fights, got mixed in with the wrong crowd, drugs, things like that, and arrested a few times, and just a lot. I was going down a bad track until like the end of like secondary school. And I don't know what happened, but I always was like very, you know, interested in doing better, self-improvement and stuff like that. And I think it was my way of trying to deal with a lot of my anger and stuff like that from the past.
Yeah.
Slowly started to pull myself back around, got into fitness, got into boxing, and that really gave me like a channel for like my aggression and that anger.
Okay.
Yeah, and then just, you know, that never really materialised into anything like financially or anything like that. But then I was getting in shape a lot, and, you know, the gym has always been such a grinding point in my life to like help me cope with like when my dad, you know, is really ill now. I haven't been able to have a conversation with my dad for the last 10 years because he can't speak. He's in a wheelchair. Yeah, and it's been a huge amount of pain in my life. But
so the gym helped you channel that.
Yeah, and helped me deal with, you know, some like consistency and stuff like that. And then it leads into mindset. You know, your mindset starts in the gym. You should get consistent with that. You start seeing improvements in yourself and stuff like that. It can bleed out into the rest of your life.
Halfway through February. Yeah. Because they realise, it takes a lot of work, actually.
Yeah.
Not 4 weeks.
100%. Yeah. It's a lifestyle. It's not, you know, you're not going to, the thing is as well, you don't see results immediately.
No.
You know, it takes time. But then that also converts into, you know, business. It takes time. You know, there's a shitload of work that you don't see any results, and then it starts to, something starts to happen, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, you know, martial arts and sort of, the gym sort of really helped that. Then did, you know, a lot of self-improvement and digging in, dealing with my, you know, the shit in my head, and become a better person. And I'm starting to see the results of all that work that was put in over those years, you know, when I was like a teenager and young 20s and stuff like that. So
quite the story, mate.
Yeah. So even at the start of this year, so it was, I started the business, joined with you.
Yeah.
That was like early March, February time. So this year has been really hard, man. So my dad went into hospital in like, I can't remember when it was now, but maybe like 5 months ago. Didn't know he was going to make it out. At the start of the year, my mum got diagnosed with a rare blood cancer.
This is all new to me as well.
Yeah.
So when you joined me, what happened? So you signed up to the program.
Yeah.
Immediately everything's there ready to go, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. So you
walk us through what happened in the next few weeks with you starting.
So I sat down and pretty much as soon as I joined with you and, you know, got the access through to the course and stuff like that, I just sat down and got cracking straight away. So, yeah, worked through the course and I think, what did I do? I think I built my website first. Built the website and then just started making calls, mate. Honestly, just thought, yeah, let's go for it. Decided on a few areas and then just got stuck in.
Do you know how long it was before you went on your first viewing?
Yeah, so I can't remember if it was my first call or my second call,
Right.
but I booked a viewing,
Right.
pretty much straight away. So I thought, yes, I'm well in.
Yeah.
Which is a blessing and a curse, I would say.
Yeah.
You know, because
definitely. You get your hopes up.
Yeah, so I went on this first viewing and landlord was open to it, put in an offer and it wasn't like immediately rejected. He's one of these landlords who basically run their HMOs not on the usual term time, but between like January and January.
Yeah.
So it's still available now. So that offer may come in still.
Yeah.
So it's still out. But he basically said, because you're a new company, you know, and I've got plenty of time until December, I need to get people in, then yeah, we're not going to go for it for now.
Yeah.
But after that, then I'm not sure how long it took me to get my next few, but it was a load of no's then.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, this works. Oh, and then hit a wall.
Yeah. But the rent wall was very real.
Yeah.
You know, you start to really question everything, don't you? You question the training, question me, question the guidance. But when you see another mentee secure a deal and collecting keys, you're like, no, it does work.
I think our message, look, I didn't doubt you. I didn't doubt the training, to be honest with you. I just thought this is just a matter of time.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just my mindset, but I knew if I just carried on making the calls, eventually I'd get a deal.
Yeah.
And I was in. I was 100% in. Like, I paid the money for this. I paid previous money before. Like, I'm going to make this work no matter what.
All or nothing.
And I think because I was putting it out there on socials as well, and I told my friends about it and stuff like that.
Affirmations.
That held me accountable, you know.
Tell us where you are at now. How many deals have you got?
So I've got 2 deals now. I've got one 4-bed, which is close to me, and it's literally about 10 minutes away. And then I've got another 6-bed HMO in Nottingham, which is about 3 hours away from me.
So what are they profiting?
So my 4-bed is roughly between 600 to 650.
Okay, nice.
It's nice on a 4-bed.
That's amazing.
Yeah, really
well
nice.
done on that.
Yeah, really
seriously,
nice.
well done. That is good.
And then the 6-bed is, I think it's roughly around £1,000.
Nice. So you're profiting about 1,600 quid.
Yeah. But I am JVing on one of them.
Yeah.
It's a funny story, that one, because I actually had 3 deals shoved my way on that.
You did,
And I put in offers on all of them, and 2 of them got accepted. These are 3 from Nottingham. 2 of them got accepted. One of them was only for a year, and it was an 8-bed. And obviously the 6-bed and the 8-bed got accepted at the same time. I hadn't got the keys to my 4-bed yet by me. So I was thinking, Jesus, like, how am I going to handle this? I went from being absolutely ecstatic on my 4-bed
Yeah, I can remember.
to absolutely shitting myself.
Yeah. And that's exactly, this is why I say, you know, your journey heavily reminded me of mine. That's exactly what happened to me. I had 1 offer accepted. And then as I was sat down at the kitchen table reading the contract, I had an email with 2 more properties accepted.
Yeah.
I didn't have the money. All at the same time being accepted. Collecting the keys, due to collect the keys at the same time as my first being born.
Yeah.
Going from very excited, you just want one deal.
Yeah.
You know, you just want that perfect sweet little
Yeah,
deal.
yeah.
It comes in and then, nope, the universe recognises that you've been putting in massive effort and delivers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm a firm believer of, you know, energy.
Yeah.
You know, if you create affirmations and you really put in the energy and consistency, whatever you want to do will come your way.
Yeah.
I've seen friends make it happen.
Yeah.
Like one of my best mates just wanted to be an airline pilot.
Yeah.
Commercial airline pilot. He's now, after years of training and relentlessness, he's an airline pilot.
Yeah.
You know, for EasyJet, and he's really made it work. And it's crazy to see his journey, and it's the same watching you guys. You know, just there was one video that really stuck out for me. It was a time lapse video. You just picking up the phone, putting it down, writing notes, picking up the phone.
Oh yeah.
It's like
the process.
Yeah, there's the process.
Yeah, it's not all glitz and glamour.
No.
Yeah.
It's not just rent a free bed, turn the dining room into a bedroom.
No.
Make £500 profit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could do that.
Yeah.
But you piss off the neighbours.
Yeah.
It might all go wrong.
Yeah.
Landlord gets annoyed, keys back. And you've invested $3,000 to furnish it.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
So you got those 2 deals.
Mm-hmm.
When did you collect the keys?
I collected the keys on...
It was a month after I seen you, wasn't it? I seen you.
Yeah, we went to the boxing event,
Yeah,
right?
you had nothing going on.
I didn't have anything.
Offers on the table.
Yeah.
And I said to you, just keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So my first deal, I landed that with an agent that I'd literally... It's the same agent that I rang my first or second call and booked a viewing for another property.
Right.
And I literally emailed him every single week.
Yeah.
I've got the emails.
Yeah.
Every single week up until it must have been June or July, where he then offered me this one, and I picked the keys, my first one, the 4-bed, and picked up the keys on the 1st of August. So it just shows you need to keep checking in with the agents.
Definitely.
Because they might have something available now, they might not do company let now, but when their clients start sweating, you know, things do pop up.
What have you learned throughout doing all of this? How's your mindset changed?
Go for now.
Go for now. Did you read the book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got out an audiobook.
Yeah.
As soon as I seen it in the crash course, because you mentioned it, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm going to listen to that. Because I like my books anyway. I like listening to audiobooks and stuff like that. So, yeah, I got that, and I just thought, you know what, that makes so much sense. Like, you know, just every no is eventually leading to a yes, and it's just a numbers game.
Yeah, I spoke about this to someone recently. You know, going through school, we're taught that no, and then that's it.
Yeah.
You'll be punished if you continue.
Yeah.
That really does mould your mindset. That if you're being told no and you continue, you're like, I'm doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
But actually, it's just a process.
Yeah.
It's a numbers game, elimination. You know, you
100%.
will get a yes. And children have that mindset.
Mm.
You know, I see it all the time with my son. It's like, you know, can I have a chocolate? Can I have chocolate? And we're saying no, no, no.
Yeah.
He don't take the first no. He asks like endless amount of times.
Yeah.
And they get louder and like, start to cry, and then you give in and say yes.
Yeah.
And that's whipped out of you as a kid, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know,
They slowly crush that.
Yeah. Us as parents slowly crush it, but I love it, and it's adapting that children's mindset again. Keep asking, be persistent, get what you want, be greedy.
Yeah.
You know, we're told as a kid as well, don't be greedy. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? There's plenty to go around for absolutely everybody.
That's so true. Yeah. That was one thing in my mindset as well that I've realised since coming into the property world in general, I guess, is like how much money is actually out there, and come from a mindset of like lack.
Yeah.
And realise to now realising how much money is out there and that it is just there for the taking. You just have to be willing to actually work for it.
Yeah.
You know?
And you have worked for it, you know? You've worked relentlessly, tirelessly. I think you put in quite a few numbers to get your first deal.
Yeah.
My worry as a mentor is seeing people quit. I never had that thought never popped into my mind with you, but it has with others.
Yeah.
You know, you were relentless.
Yeah.
And that's why you won Mentees Choice Award. You know, it was a given. You're very supportive in the community as well.
Yeah.
And you didn't even know about this award that was upcoming. You answer everybody's questions.
Yeah.
It's nice to see, mate. It's nice to see.
Yeah.
So you won it before it was even an announcement in my eyes, but it was just the mentees to decide, and obviously they chose the right person.
Yeah, and that's so nice, you know, to have that be recognised, you know, because it's not even something that I was actually like trying to do.
No,
it's
of course
just
it wasn't.
I'm just buzzing to be in the group and like with like having a community where we're all trying to do better.
Yeah, everyone's in the same boat.
Yeah, and we're all trying to make money and improve our lives.
Yeah, see, there's not many training providers out there that realise how important the community is. Do you see how important the community is?
Yeah, definitely.
The reason why I've created the program the way it is because I realised how important accountability is, not just from your coach, but seeing other people and talking to the same mindset people in the same boat, making the same actions, phone calls, viewings. You need to be talking to these people daily. Yeah,
and it's what they say, isn't it? Well, everyone knows this quote. It's like one of the first laws of success: surround yourself with those sort of people, right?
Yeah,
so it's like, I don't have any other friends. Like, I've got some great friends, but none that I can sit down and like, how do we make money together?
Yeah, no.
So it's like I had to join something like that to get this.
Yeah, definitely.
And now we're all, in the group, we're trying to make money.
Yeah.
And that's something powerful that needs to be leveraged. You need
definitely.
that in your life.
The reason why I use the community so much to get successful is because nobody lives down south. I'm completely on my own down here. I had one other person that went a bit quiet, so I was on my own. So I had to leverage a community of people in the same boat to really keep myself motivated. And obviously the reasons why behind you need to be strong as well.
Yeah.
So, my journey's been tough as well. And this is why I tell everybody looking at joining the mentorship, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. But as long as you are consistent.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the biggest key, isn't it?
Yeah. It's literally just be stubborn.
Yeah. Even if you don't believe in yourself, I know that you can do it.
Yeah.
Because I've done it. So, if you could go back to the version of yourself before you found Rise Up, what would you say to yourself?
That's a good question. I think definitely take stock of where you're currently at. Like, if you're looking to get into property, you need to look at where you're at and decide the strategy straight away.
Yeah.
Because I just chucked myself into property and tried to learn everything and become so overwhelmed with everything that it caused like paralysis by analysis. Until I thought, actually, how much money have I got? What strategy is going to work the most? And rent to rent is brilliant for that.
It is really good.
Because
low investment, high cash flow.
Exactly, yeah, it's perfect to start with. So
so many people think it's fake.
Yeah.
One of the mentees got called a dirty subletter by an agent the other day.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and it's like, well, it's very popular. Like hotels and things like that do it, don't they? Like Holiday Inn and places like that. Like they rent this commercial unit off of somebody else that owns that, and then they sublet the rooms out essentially. So it's a model that's been around for a very long time, which I wasn't aware of.
I wasn't aware either, because everyone's just in the normal mode, aren't they?
Yeah.
Buy-to-lets, you need 30 grand.
Yeah. So get clear on your strategy, know what's possible for you, and the outcome that you want to achieve. Essentially, like if you've got loads of cash flow, you're in a great job, you're earning loads of money, then maybe rent to rent's not for you. You can start to purchase property and sort of look for your capital appreciation and stuff like that. But if you want, high income and stuff like that, then rent to rent's a great strategy. And once I decided on rent to rent, and once I knew I needed support, because you can do as many online courses or YouTubes and stuff like that, but you're still going to have doubts in your head. Definitely. You need somebody.
You need reassurance.
Yeah, exactly. You need somebody to be there to handhold when it comes to that time.
Yeah.
And one thing I've learned, like with this and signing up with you, is that I need that in other areas of my life as well, and I'm slowly starting to introduce that now. So
yeah, you don't just learn property on the mentorship, do you?
No, it's mindset. It's massively mindset and business.
Yeah. Yeah, accounting.
Yeah.
How do you structure your business after your first deal?
Yeah.
So it's a massive journey.
Yeah,
it's a massive
huge.
Journey. It really changes you as a person.
Yeah.
Not too much, just
opens your eyes.
Yeah, it really opens your eyes.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
So that's good advice to your older self.
Yeah.
So in terms of your goals, what's happening going forward?
So, got 2 deals currently. My goal was 4 before the end of the year. So I'm still working away to make that happen. Obviously, HMO season has started to, well, pretty much ended now, but there's still a few in my area that, you know, do a later, you know, the student year is later on in the year. So I'm still got an offer out, working with one of my business partners. There's potential for an essay that might be coming up, and I would love to jump in with that with her. So yeah, just continue to build the properties essentially. This year I want to get 4, and then my goal is probably like a lot of people is 10. It's a nice round number.
Yeah.
But it will, you know, give me enough income then to potentially step away and focus on this more full time, get into deal selling and see where we can go from there.
Yeah, well done, mate. Good luck.
Yeah,
thank you. You won Property Manager of the Year.
Yep.
You could show that to agents and landlords,
yeah.
That will definitely put some confidence in them, you, that you've won a management award.
Yeah.
And Mentees Choice Award, which just solidifies that, you know. Everybody recognises you really know what you're doing. So really proud of you, mate. Really proud of you, Jenny.
Thanks,
I really mean that. I genuinely do mean that. So looking forward to the rest of your journey.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, mate.
You're welcome, man.